Welcome to Tosh.0. This is our first show, and you're probably expecting to be blown away right out of the box. Calm down. Give this show a chance to grow. You might have noticed that I've upgraded to cardigans. That's right, no more hoodies. I'm wearing nothing but tight-fitting cardigans like I'm Mr. Rogers. Get used to it. Okay, last season was all about cardigans, but that is so 2009. It is a new decade now, and everyone is dying to know what I'll be wearing for the first half of season 2. So without further ado, it's casual jackets! Oh, man. There was a lot of debate about what I would be wearing for the rest of this season. A lot of you voted online, and I want you to know your votes were wasted. They didn't count. Your opinions are stupid. So without further ado, I give you the Summer of Deep V's! All right. Try not to be too jealous, but everyone in my audience also received a free 100% cotton Deep V! Oh, it's gonna be a hot summer. You might as well dress for it. The wardrobe for the beginning of season 3, color! It's officially the summer of exposed arms. Yeah, that's right. You will be seeing some to all of these bad boys for the rest of the summer. And yes, those are tan lines. I surf on the reg. In honor of the new school year, as you can see, the wardrobe will be collegiate apparel. Only 9 episodes left this season. Hope your school makes the cut. If it doesn't, you should transfer. It's not about what I'm wearing, but who I'm wearing. Because this is a season of high fashion.
High fashion.
Tonight, I'm wearing John Varvatos. This understated ensemble can easily be yours for a mere $11,842. What's so special about my wardrobe this summer? I will be wearing sick kicks for the ladies. Because everyone knows it's the shoe that makes the outfit. And these puppies glow in the dark. That's right, sneakerheads. The Reebok's XO Fit High SG Strap Limited Editions. You want a pair for yourself? Go f*** yourself. You can't get these. This fall, the wardrobe will be overpriced concert tees. Wait, with sexy stubble. You are right to cheer. I am very masculine, and I will not tolerate anyone criticizing my musical taste this season. There's a reason I get paid millions of dollars to have opinions. You have been warned. Our first piece of merch is from Japan Droids. Now let's listen to as much music as we're allowed to play for free. They don't even have a bassist. They don't even have a bassist. And they're not from Japan. And I'm guessing that's because Canada Droids doesn't have the same ring to it. Now, I know a lot of fashion blogs have speculated over this season's new look, and I'm proud to finally break my silence and announce that in 2013, I will be wearing nothing but the finest Cashmere. Thanks to my good buddies in Led Zeppelin for writing that little wardrobe reveal jingle. No touching, get your own. Cashmere is highly sensitive to the oil in poor people's fingers. No, I didn't get lazy and put on the same outfit from last week. This is the season of subtle differences. Can you find it? Now, if this wardrobe looks familiar, it's because I'm not the first to wear it. This is the season of Brad. I've long been considered the Brad Pitt of comedy. People always get us confused, which has got to be flattering for him, but is very annoying for me. So every week I will pay tribute to this pretty good actor of our time by donning some of his most iconic outfits. Tonight's Brad-ass look is from Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the movie that forced Brad to tell the love of his life that he had just met the love of his life. Does what I'm wearing turn you on? Does it intimidate you? It's okay. That's natural. Because this season's wardrobe is 15 shades of gray. I can tell none of you are faking it. That's how good I am.
Hear ye, hear ye! Let it be known throughout the kingdom that on this day the wardrobe for season 7A of Tosh.0 shall be known henceforth as Prince Charming!
A little bit retro, a little bit metro. It's Prince all season long. Don't let the majesty of my new wardrobe distract you peasants from my new fake set. I'm constantly improving while you just sit there getting uglier, fatter, and further away from your dreams with every breath. What am I wearing? Welcome to the season that was motherfucking tucked. That's right. It's time for me to grow up and dress my age. I am no longer in my late 20s or mid-30s. Okay, why do I look so rugged yet ravishing? Why did I grow the thickest, bushiest beard I could muster? Because this is the season of cabin couture. Since some of you can't afford to go on vacation, I'll let my wardrobe do the vacationing for you, because this is a summer 2016 tropical island resort wear collection for Tosh by Tosh. You can just call it resort wear. Get ready for lots and lots of breathable linen and drawstrings instead of belts. Why is my shirt made of pants? Because this autumn's wardrobe is denim and denim. Denim and denim. The most durable fabric known to man. Hell, I bet 2 horses couldn't tear it apart. And for the new wardrobe, I give you the white season. The critics are divided. Some are calling it my best season. Others are saying it's too experimental. Are you a thigh guy? Then you're gonna love this season's wardrobe. I give you the summer of short pants featuring Dan's gams. Oh yeah. Take a closer look. Slashed my slacks budget in half, put those savings right back into the show. Welcome to the fall premiere of Tosh.0. As the leaves change, so does my wardrobe. This is the season of autumn hues every twos. I love it. Yeah. LA may not have seasons, but I do. I am proud to announce that this is the season of Athleisure for your pleasure. Sounds like you've got the fever for athleisure. I don't blame you. Things are about to get real loose around here because this is the season of Tosh Point Flow. If it doesn't flow, it's got to go. This is the season of eating outfits. Have you ever eaten at a restaurant that sells clothes at the register and thought, who would ever buy that? Well, I did. And I'll be wearing restaurant merch all season long, and hopefully I'll never pay for food again. As you can see, this eating outfit is from Orlando's own Beefy King. I don't even eat beef anymore, but I loved this place when I was in college. They called tater tots beefy spuds. If I'm looking a little matchy-matchy, that's because this is the season that was monochromosexual. That's right, monochrome from my toes to my dome. For tax purposes, we've moved the show to Miami. Despite the cool vibes, this year is going to be a huge downer because this is the season of mourning. Have some goddamn respect. In these dark days, nothing says it's time to laugh like funeral attire.